All right, this is the Disney Spirits Podcast, episode 6 for July. Today's list, we're breaking out of the top 5 list for this podcast, and we're going to do EPCOT countries ranked. So we're going to be doing a top 11 list today.
Don't be frightened. Don't be frightened. Gary, what's going on?
Joe, I'm thinking about my COVID beard. What do you think?
I like it. Yeah. Let it go. It'd be like the hockey playoffs. Just keep going until the Stanley Cup Finals. I think I don't know, what are they going to be in, like October this year or whatever?
Who knows? Yeah, I'll have it. Let's see. Just keep going. I shaved this morning, so I think,
Yeah.
Pretty manly.
Yeah, looking good.
Thank you. So, personal intros. We're going to try to get through stuff quick, Joe, because we like to talk. We got 11 countries to talk about. We've ranked them. We're going to talk about all of them. We're trying to keep this podcast within 2-hour time frame. We try for an hour. We always hit 2 hours. So we're gonna blast through this stuff.
Right.
Are you ready? Put on your seatbelt.
Ready. Yes. Go ahead.
All right. Personal intros. I'm Gary.
Joe.
And we love theme parks and cocktails. And we feel that life is better when those two go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
Speaking of cocktails, I know my background sometimes knocks out my cocktail, but cheers, Joe.
Salud,
cheers.
Gary.
Good looking cocktail, sir.
Yours is
excellent.
Looking good as well.
All right. So, Joe, we have a winner for our giveaway.
We do.
The hat.
The hat has been given away, the second hat, and the winner is Tim Rowan, and he's from Pittsgrove, New Jersey. So thanks very much, Tim, for listening, commenting, and enjoy your hats. And thank you very much.
Send us a picture sporting your hat.
Yeah,
we'll put that on.
Absolutely.
Look all proud with the hat because it's a good hat. I'm jealous of that hat. I like that hat.
Gary wanted the hat.
I wanted
Gary
the hat.
Cannot win the hat.
Commented.
I can't win the hat.
I commented. I did. I sent email. I shared.
I did. I discredited those. No, Tim wins the hat. Sorry, Gary.
Tim, congratulations, Tim. All right. So it pays. It pays to email us and share this podcast and get on our YouTube channel and like and subscribe. And apparently if you set reminders on YouTube, it rates us better. So set reminders.
The bell.
Click the bell. Hit the bell.
Yeah, hit the bell.
Our email is thedisneyspirits@gmail.com. And feel free to email us with any suggestions you have, suggestions for drinks, suggestions for podcasts. Make sure you're nice to us. Tell us what good things we're doing. Tell us what things you might not like, but constructive criticism.
Constructive
things that
criticism. You would like us to change, possibly in a nice way.
Yeah, be nice.
Right.
Be nice.
Right.
The internet is a nasty place, you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, think of us as like your teachers, and say it nicely.
So, Joe, we still have our sponsor.
We do.
Our sponsor. Who's our sponsor?
Dreamport Creative Studios. They're on Etsy and Redbubble, and they have around the world lanyards and other Disney themed downloadables, as well as craft brew themed stickers and T-shirts. And they got some awesome designs, and they combine drinking and Disney, just like us. So it's a perfect sponsor for us. And yeah.
Awesome.
And it's a lot of people have been hitting us up for stickers, and Dreamport Creative Studio has been sending those out. So thanks very much to them.
Yeah. And if you get stickers from us, make sure you take a picture. Like, show us where you're putting those stickers.
Yeah, we want to see them on the back of your cars, on your computers. Yeah.
Be safe.
On your laptops. Yeah, don't put them on somebody's windshield.
Yeah, don't do that kind of stuff. Be safe. Cop car's windshield or something.
Yeah. Be nice.
Yeah, be nice. Send us the podcast, and we can maybe we'll start a feature if we get enough of them. That'll be cool.
Yeah, publish them.
The stickers look awesome though.
They do.
Thanks, Dreamport. That was pretty awesome. Yep. All right. So we're breezing through stuff. Let's talk about our drinks, Joe. You want to go first this time?
Absolutely, sure.
Excellent.
All right. My drink this week, Negroni Spritz. It's from the bar Riva, from the Riviera Resort. There's a pool bar at the Riviera Resort. I mean, it's a pretty awesome looking pool bar. And so when I first saw the menu, I said, "Oh, I like Negroni, and I like tonic water. What would happen if you put them together?" Well, it's really delicious. I mean, it's
like Negroni. I like Spritz.
Yeah, exactly. I like Negroni. I like Spritz. Put them together, and it's got 1 ounce of Malfi gin, which is an Italian gin. It's got, of course, Campari, which is the Italian bitter aperitif. And it's got Carpano Antica Vermouth, which we've talked about before is the best sweet red vermouth out there. And all together. And then it's topped up with Q tonic water, and just really, really tasty and delicious. Be great for a day at the pool.
Super refreshing, it sounds. Yeah. What do you think of the Malfi gin there? Good.
I love it. Yep. Really do.
I like the label. The label's cool.
Oh, the bottle. The bottle is gorgeous. I gotta say.
Cool. Yep. It's so delicious. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make myself one of those.
Yeah.
That'll be
enjoy it.
That'll be my mission for. You know what? Maybe it might be my mission for tonight.
Yeah, I know what you like, and I will tell you, I think you would like this.
Unfortunately, I'm out of Antica Vermouth, so I gotta make a run for that. It's not cheap, but it's a small bottle. It goes quick.
Yeah. So we've talked about it before. It's not cheap. It's almost double almost every other sweet vermouth, but try them all, and you'll come back to this one because it's the best. So.
Yep. Really is. Yep. So that's excellent. It's totally something I'm going to drink, and it sounds like one of the best drinks next to the pool. Refreshing, definitely good on a hot summer day.
Absolutely.
Segueing into my drink, which is also great on a hot summer day. I'll have to let me don my cap here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I have made the Founder's Fizz. Whoa, I almost lost my hat. Founder's Fizz in the proper glass. Fantastic drink in honor of Hamilton being released on Disney Plus. This is the drink that's served in the lobby of the Rodgers Theater in New York City, and as well as the lobby of all the touring locations. I don't know of the cost, but I know it was expensive because I had one, and I remember I was going back for another one. I was like, maybe I'll just stick with a bourbon. Right. Yeah, it was a little expensive, but it was good.
They took you around the back and made you sign the loan papers before you got it, right?
I had to apply for this. It was more like a mortgage, to get this drink. But it's 1.5 ounces of gin. They use Beefeaters. Typically I use Hendrick's. For this drink tonight, I use Plymouth, and Plymouth I think is a little bit lighter than what I want for this drink. So I'm going to stick with Hendrick's. I think Hendrick's mixes really great with anything that has citrus in it. It's that little hint of cucumber, I swear, makes it so good with citrus.
But
Plymouth
is a little earthy. It's the juniper is a little bit subdued, and the Hendrick's, with the cucumber and everything. Beefeater mixes good with citrus too, so I understand why they use it too. So,
the real recipe is 1.5 ounces of gin. I get a little heavier with the gin because I like the flavor of gin.
That's it. Heavy pour.
Half ounce of lime juice. Fresh squeezed, or fresh squeezed in the bottle. Those are both pretty good. Don't go with the imitation stuff. A little too sugary, and because it's not going to mix well with the fact that you have to also put in 1 ounce of simple syrup. So it's 1.5 ounces of gin, half ounce of lime juice, 1 ounce of simple syrup. Put it all in a shaker, shake it up, pour it over ice in a nice highball glass, and top it with soda water. Fantastic summer drink. Super light, really easy to drink. Delicious.
Love it.
Very good.
Founder's Fizz, Gin Fizz, one of the best, most refreshing summer drinks out there. So,
I was originally saying it was a play on a gimlet, and just checking out, seeing if there was any history on this aside from it being the Founder's Fizz at the Rodgers Theater. But they were saying it's a play on the Gin Fizz. Yeah. So it's funny because they're both very close. It's like it's a gimlet with soda water, or it's a Gin Fizz with lime.
Well, right, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you know
well,
what? We love gimlets too, right?
yep, I absolutely love giblets. Yep.
Absolutely.
Weren't you drinking one last time?
That was that was last podcast. That was my drink, the Galleon Gimlet.
Yeah, delicious. Navy
Really.
strength, and it was.
That Plymouth has got plenty of kick. 114 proof, Navy strength. So, yeah.
All right, so those are our drinks for this podcast. And make sure you hop over to our YouTube channel again. I don't press this, but in our YouTube channel, we also have our podcast. So we got how to make these drinks. We got how to make other drinks. We got podcasts, and we're probably doing another some video out there. Maybe me and Joe on a ride. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
We're thinking up other things. We're thinking up other things to do. So
keep things fresh. All right, so those are our drinks, but like I said, definitely like and head out to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Hit the bell,
hit
whatever
the bell.
Whatever it takes. Yeah, comment. Yep. So
comment. Let us know what you think, especially about the drink recipes, because like we've said before, we try and replicate the recipes as best we can, but it's not like Disney's got a bartender's book out there. At least we don't have access to it. They probably do, but we don't have access to it. So we're doing our best to figure out what the ratios are of these drinks, because we've tasted them and then we try them at home to replicate them at home. So let us know what you think. Do we hit it right? Does it need a little more gin? Maybe. Could always use a little more gin, right?
All right. So Joe, moving on. Is there anything from our last podcast? I was trying to think of any problems we had on our last podcast. I think we hit it out of the park. No mistakes.
I don't think there was any mistakes on last podcast, but at least none that I caught. So
none that I caught, none that you caught, none that we got emails about.
Nope.
It's a good day.
Yeah, hopefully that was a rare day. 2 hours with no mistakes. I don't know. Sounds pretty fishy to me.
Let's breeze through news, Joe.
Yeah. Okay. News.
Theme park news. We're gonna breeze through it.
Theme park news.
What happened yesterday? Anything significant?
Yesterday, what happened? Yes, Disney opened.
That seems significant.
Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom opened. Crowds seem to be light, and on purpose, because those days were, at least as far as annual pass holders, there was no more room. You have to make a reservation to go now. No park hopping. You go into that one park. The hours are reduced. But it seemed like things were light. I looked today at the wait times just for the heck of it, and the Barnstormer and Flight of Passage had the same 5-minute wait time. When's the last time you ever saw that?
Outside. Normally they're both at 2 hours. But what I will say that Flight of Passage and Barnstormer were at 5 minutes, but did you notice Peter Pan?
No, you know what? I did.
20.
Oh, of course. Down from its normal 50.
I don't know.
But
I think they're running a joke. The cast members always just run a joke on that.
They just
up by 10 minutes.
They just bumped the sign up. I don't know. Go figure. Peter Pan always. But it's a low capacity ride, which is made even lower capacity by the COVID restrictions.
Yeah.
I will say I was a little disappointed when I saw that Disney said no neck gaiters, because I probably bought 15 neck gaiters because that's what I like to wear for my mask. And now I'm going to have to go to Plan B when I go to Disney. So that's fine. I have some other masks. I'll wear those.
Disney have those awesome ones. Those
they do have some
character ones. Yeah,
actually, we were at Universal earlier this in fact last month in June, and the Universal handled everything very well. I think temperature screenings when you go to the hotel, and they give you a wristband, so you're good for the day. Once you get screened once, you don't have to get screened at every checkpoint. Yeah, they had some cool masks. They were like, I think they were like $6 or $6.95. Some old school, said Universal Florida in the old school logo because it's their 30th anniversary this year. Really, really cool looking masks. I will say,
Did I try to get you to buy me one? Did you send me a picture? I forgot. Somebody sent me a picture. I was trying to get them to buy me one, but they're.
Well, I would have bought you one if you asked, so I don't think it was me. So.
Somebody else probably who I knew wasn't going to buy me one.
Yeah, they did a good job. I will say lines were short. The dining was handled very well. I thought the quick service dining, everything was on the Universal app. So it was, you order from the app, they seat you at a table and they bring your food to you. Everybody's spaced out. You're not waiting in line close together. So that was good. And, but the only thing, all these changes every little change takes away a little bit. It's not the same experience, unfortunately. So, and it won't be until we get, back to normal and whenever that is.
I gotta assume that it just feels like a little restrictive, no matter what. Even if it's anything, you just feel like there's a restriction, and you're always sort of making sure that you're not close to somebody. Or
yeah. Oh yeah. You got to socially distance. You got to make sure that you're not around anybody, and you don't want to encroach on anybody's space. And it's always a little stressful to make sure that you're doing that. Because let's face it, there's a lot of people around when you're going to a theme park. So, everybody does their best. So, well, like I said, it takes away a little bit.
We've talked about this before. I'm sort of germophobic in the first place. So this is how my germophobia to like, I don't know if my video can see that, but here's my meter right now. But
well, I will tell you, we got to Cabana Bay. And the cast member at the front desk, she was great. She's like, she goes, you want higher floor or lower floor? I'm like, oh, well, I don't know, whatever, higher floor. She goes, okay. She goes, I'll pick you out a good one. And we walked into the room, and I sent Gary a picture.
Yep,
I mean,
stairs.
we had this unbelievable view of Volcano Bay and the pool and everything. I mean, it was just one of the best views I've ever had, and at any hotel. And Gary goes, I'm really jealous and I'm terrified for you at the same time. But we did live.
Yeah, here you are.
And it was more than 2 days. It was more than 2 weeks ago, so I'm good, I think.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah.
I don't know. Back to Disney. I heard Disney is handling it also well.
Yeah,
so far that the reports out of there. There's been some people who are clearly trying to get clicks. It's clickbait out there.
It was that way when SeaWorld and Universal opened too. They were there were people there. Let me find the one time that everybody's gathered together and take that picture and throw it up there on the line and online. That way, everybody can see how bad it is, and of course, they're just looking for clicks. Because I will tell you that for the most part, everybody, for the most part, everybody was doing what was supposed to be done, doing what they were told, and with following the rules. And SeaWorld right now, it's interesting. I think this past weekend and maybe next weekend too, they're doing in their parking lot drive-in movies, and then after the drive-in movies you're gonna be able to see the fireworks. So drive-in movies and fireworks, and it's $50 per car. So stuff 5 people in a car, $10 a person. That's a pretty good way to spend a summer evening. So
are they first run movies?
No, they were like what was it? A Dog's Life. What was that? Trying to think. Karate Kid.
Oh, heck yeah.
yeah. Good movies.
Yeah. As a total aside, and I'll just be really quick, but my daughter is a teenager. We're trying to get her to watch all the older movies like Karate Kid, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Well, what else? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Karate Kid. I'm trying to think. The reason I said woo was it's Kid and Little Shop of Horrors. And I'm thinking, wait, that's Rick Moranis and Rick Moranis. Like, wow, we're really. Yeah.
Rick Moranis, the only SCTV cast member who has not hosted the Canada movie.
Has he not? He must have.
No, yeah.
He's coming back, by the way. He's gonna do Honey I Shrunk the Kids too. Whatever
Is it?
they're gonna name
Wow.
it. He's coming out of retirement and
No
he's gonna
kidding.
do the movie. Yep. Um, one of
Interesting.
the he was on Prop Culture, which is another great show on Disney Plus. If you haven't been watching it, Joe, you definitely got to tune into this.
Oh,
It's
no,
pretty.
yeah, no, I haven't really. And I know, it's on my list of things to watch, and I haven't been watching it, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely get into this. But they do Honey I Shrunk the Kids, and they have the Shrinking Ray. That's what got us into. We should have
Okay.
him.
All right. Yeah. Start
Yeah,
watching those movies.
yeah. So they find parts of the Shrinking Ray, have somebody recreate it, but then they have an interview with Rick Moranis, but he looks nothing like he used to. I swear. I had to like
Yeah.
double take, sort of
Yeah.
squinting to see, the old Rick Moranis. He looks great. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
He just looks different. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it for my aside.
All right.
But I
So,
digress.
yeah. And well, we talked about this before. NBA and MLS are both at Disney in what they call in the bubble.
Yeah.
There's been some interesting comments about the food and the lodging. Somebody, some basketball player compared it to Motel 6. I don't know. We all pay thousands of dollars to stay at Disney. It's kind of insulting when they say it's Motel 6, but hey, whatever. Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Somebody
And,
compared it to what is it, the Fire Festival?
oh
Was it
yeah,
Fire,
the
Fire,
food,
Fire,
the Fire Festival, the food.
Fire
Yeah,
Festival, yeah.
the food.
I saw
Anyway.
that picture. I was like, oh, that doesn't look very tasty.
Well, the price, I don't know. Don't
Yeah.
ask me what's going on there.
I'm sure it was
Let's
a
face it, the
team.
money's not coming out of the players' pockets. I'm sure they get a per diem for the meals, so it's I don't know exactly how it works out, but I'm sure it works out fine. MLS has already started. NBA hasn't started yet. In fact, I was just watching the MLS game that's on right now, which was Sporting Kansas City and Minnesota United. So
Yeah, it's on.
it's on.
It-
Yeah.
That the picture that probably anybody who's interested in this stuff has already seen is the big display area there with all the basketball courts one after another. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, pretty
But-
cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
All right. So
should be interesting.
yeah, definitely. We're gonna move ahead. That's theme park news.
That's
I'm
it.
pushing because
We're
we got
pushing.
11 countries to
We
talk
got
about.
11 countries to talk about, so we can't dilly dally on news.
That's right. We could talk about it probably for another half hour, easy.
Right. Let's face it. There's not the news is not great right now, no matter what. So
No.
it's not like
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon we'll be able to talk about the Raptor coaster.
Yes.
Exciting. And
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Tron. Soon.
Ratatouille.
Soon, people.
Yeah.
Ratatouille,
Soon. We'll be
Soon.
talking about all that. Yeah, the Raptor coaster is looking just amazing right now.
It
They
looks
finally
awesome.
did the top out the coaster with the top hat, and at the very top they put a Jurassic World flag. So
Which
was
is
kinda
awesome.
cool. Yeah, which
I
is
thought
awesome.
That was really cool. Yeah.
But the layout is looking amazing, and I think it's going to be one of the best coasters in Florida, if not the entire country. So
Looks awesome.
yeah.
Yep. It all come to theming for me. You know that.
Yeah, the show buildings are going up now. So the coaster is pretty much done, but the show buildings are going up, and we'll see what the theming is. Of course, everybody talks about how Bear Coaster Track is not the greatest theming, but if you're going to make a big coaster, you can. Although Disney's got a huge box around Guardians of the Galaxy.
That is gigantic. At least I saw that in real life. The last time we were there. Holy smokes, that building is gigantic. Yeah.
It is huge.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And the ride before the ride is supposed to be awesome too, but there's not a lot of information about that. But it's taking up a whole building in its own, so that's got to be awesome.
right. Well, the Raptor coaster is unannounced. As far as Universal is concerned, it doesn't exist, even though there's a huge coaster in Jurassic Park. And
nothing to see here.
There's what coaster? What coaster?
Yeah.
I don't see a coaster.
Too fun.
So,
all right, moving on. You ready to move on?
Let's move on.
Moving on. Our top 5 list, which is our top 11 list today.
Correct.
We're breaking out of this top 5 because we're going to rate the EPCOT countries the way we see it. So why are we doing rating of the EPCOT countries? EPCOT, EPCOT, especially World Showcase, can be daunting. For some reason, it just seems it's massive. There's just so much to see. There's so much to do. There's so much to eat. There's so much to drink.
The walk around the countries is, I think, like 1.3 or 1.4 miles just to make one circuit. So you're talking about Epcot's a big theme park, no doubt about that.
It is. Yeah. Yep. It can be daunting. So,
very.
So it doesn't get less daunting sometimes. Second, third, fourth time you're there. But now for us, we're trying to be like, well, let's maximize our time. Let's do this. Let's do that. So we're gonna go through the trouble for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say another thing is because it's so daunting and so big, and like you're saying, second, third, fourth time. Sometimes there's things that are right there that you never see because you don't go further back into those countries. If you just stay on the walkway, there's things you won't see. So.
That's big with Morocco, and we'll talk about that.
Yes, very big.
It took me third or fourth time being there. I start walking back in Morocco. I'm like, I had no idea this stuff was here. So
look at this, like a whole city, back here.
A whole Moroccan city.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. So how we rated these. This will help so that if people start flaming us, this will be our disclaimer. But I mean, really, we tried not to take into account whether or not one of the countries had an attraction, like a ride, because we didn't want to just say, okay, these are the countries with rides. That's it.
Right.
Really, it's about the food that's there, the drink. Also, we rated the drink.
Of course.
Also,
and the drink.
Drinks. Yeah.
Did you mention the drinks, Gary? Drinks?
Yeah,
okay.
I think I mentioned the drinks. So that was kind of an important factor. Food, snacks. We like mostly snacks. We'll talk about the restaurants a little bit, but snacks, grab and go. There's so much to eat there. So while seasoned veterans like Joe and I have nice nice dinners at restaurants now, and try not to eat 2 pretzels in Germany or what is it called? School bread in Norway.
Bread in Norway.
Awesome.
Which is awesome. It is awesome.
Because we have a 7:00 meal at La Cellier.
Yep. So. Or via Napoli. Oh yeah, somebody doesn't like it, right?
No, I do like it. The pizza's off the hook too. So
the pizza's fantastic there, without a doubt.
Water from the east. We'll talk about that too.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about the water. Sure, absolutely. It got too expensive. Get it to bring it from Naples, not Naples, Florida, where I am. Naples, Italy.
It's Naples, real Naples.
Right.
So we're going to talk about entertainment, shopping, and then we'll talk about the attractions. But we definitely didn't want that to be like the main thing. Country with attraction, yeah. But that all being said, our number 1. Oh,
you want to start with 11 or 1? Why don't we work our way up?
Sorry. Yeah. Let's pause this. Let me get down all the way down.
The way down the notes.
11 countries. A lot of notes about them. There's a lot to talk about in these countries. There's a lot of stuff going on. So, Joe, as an aside, one of the things that really bummed me out in researching this and like thinking about all these things that we were going to talk about, the Agent P attraction being gone was such a bummer for me because
it was a great attraction.
Awesome.
It really was. And I don't think there's a lot of, especially now that you use your own phone, there's really not a lot of cost involved with that. I don't know why. I mean, they're replacing it though, right? Is it going to be?
Yeah. Sorry,
DuckTales.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which it should be an easy change. So
it should be.
Yeah.
Yep. it'd be good to see some new little neat, you know,
Yeah.
Things going on. And, if you've ever played the game, you go into a certain pavilion, they give you clues, you go to the right spot, hit
Either
something
touch
on your
the
phone
or
or
hit
yeah,
something
right.
on your phone, yeah.
And then something will happen, and
Yeah.
either, a guitar that's in a good case will start strumming or, as an example, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Of course. And if
you key off really large, like, settings happen, like really large things, surprisingly. Large things happen.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's things like, what isn't it in Germany
Japan?
where it's like, right on like the top, the tower or something like that.
Yeah. The glockenspiel on the top.
It's awesome.
Actually key that off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
That gets spooked because you did. Yeah. It was good in Germany because there was certain things. So there was like 4 or 5 certain things that you could do, and they were all kind of big.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. One of them, I remember Agent P going across a zip line, which I thought was like the coolest thing. I think that was in France. But all right, I almost gave away our number 1, Joe. I almost gave away our number 1 because of the way I did these notes. But number 11, and this is going to probably get us emails, but this is one of the lists that Joe and I actually talked about. So don't you say it's me because I'm bringing it up. But me and Joe actually talked about this list. So our number 11 is France.
Yes, controversial probably.
It is going to be
because of the bakery and the restaurants
the food is awesome.
Right.
Unfortunately, currently, that's all it's got is the food. Right. The food is awesome. Yep. The drink.
It definitely lost places with me because of the replacement of Impressions de France with Beauty and the Beast sing along. Okay, I mean, I know they still play Impressions de France, but it's only in the evenings, so you really only have a couple shows to see it.
Yep.
And it's like that was, I thought, such a big part of it, with the classical music, Camille Saint-Saëns and Debussy, and all put together by Buddy Baker, who was the Disney music conductor at the time, and just did a beautiful job. And the film is just awesome. If you've never seen Impressions de France, I mean, eventually it's going to go completely. So please make, do yourself a favor and go see it while you still can in the evenings. I believe they play after 6 or 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, but the bakery, the restaurants are good. Yeah, the sing-alongs.
Restaurants are awesome.
Restaurants are good. But one thing about France.
France.
France. That's what happens after a Spritz. Anyway, is the drink. I mean, beyond the Grand Marnier slushy, which my wife loves.
Yeah, so it's mine.
But it's not really my thing. That's why it's not. Kronenbourg is not a beer I enjoy. And I know there's wine, but the wine in France is not like it is in Italy. They don't really have, here's a wine bar and a place to go in, and they don't have that. And you would think it would be a natural to have in France, but they don't.
It absolutely would.
Yeah.
So here's the reason that one of the discussions we had too is the reason I am giving France this 11 is because it's such a missed opportunity.
I think so.
It's such a small pavilion, and there's just there's so much that could be there.
Yeah, France is such a.
It's France.
It's France, for crying out loud. I mean, there's so much there. It's a wonderful country, and it's kind of tucked into the corner. And of course, when Ratatouille, Remy's Ratatouille adventure comes along, possibly will change this, but as of right now, it's a small pavilion. That the fact that they had the room to build that attraction, which required a huge show building, tells you how small the pavilion was and what it could have been. And I kind of feel like Gary does, that it was a missed opportunity, that France could have been more than what it is.
Yep. The shopping is awesome. Shopping's a little high end though.
Yeah, it is, no doubt.
It's a little high end.
Bring your checkbook.
Yeah.
Well, not check. Credit card.
Yeah, no check. Yeah, bring your
no
debit
checks.
card.
No personal checks.
Bring your Apple Pay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't know. So there you go. That's France.
Yeah.
I can't think of much more. We're definitely going to give it higher ratings when Ratatouille gets in there. And the restaurants are awesome. So definitely check out the restaurants if you get a chance. Yeah.
The restaurants are very good. I haven't eaten there in a while. It's probably been 7-8 years or more. But their restaurants are very good, and of course the pastry shop is fantastic. You should try another see impressions of France, and then get a pastry from the pastry shop.
It's right there. It's close.
It's right at the exit of the film now. It didn't used to be there, but it is now. So
cool. So that's our number 11. Anything else you want to say about 11?
No, I think we pretty much covered it. Why it's 11 and what's there. I, like you say, missed opportunity, could have been more, but it is, what 11 on this list doesn't mean it's bad. It's still good. It's still good.
It's the 11th of the
still
awesome,
worth it to see.
Awesome
it's
country.
just not like some of these other ones where, like we're talking about Morocco, where it goes way, there's more than you would think is there. France, it's kind of like, well, there's less than I would think would be here. Yeah.
Moving on to number 10. Number 10 that we chose for number 10 is Norway, the Norway Pavilion.
Okay. Could also be controversial.
It will be. So we didn't say where France was located, but this one is located between the Mexican and Chinese pavilions, Norway. Mm-hmm. It's designed to look like a Norwegian village, which it definitely looks like a Norwegian village. Yeah. That's Stave. Is it Stave Church? Stave?
I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but the Stave Church. Yeah.
Awesome. It's great.
Well,
super cool.
The architecture is great. I think I liked it better when they had the Viking
I was
kind of exhibit inside it. It was pretty awesome then. And
the actual Viking
and even the music that was playing in there when you go in. Yeah. It was really cool.
The Viking that they had was awesome. It was either a reproduction of one they found. It was all rusty and stuff. All like that thing. It was awesome looking. Yeah.
Oh, it was. I always look at that. Like in Japan, they had a samurai exhibit one time, and I remember looking at the sword and going, "Wow, I wonder what kind of damage this sword did over the years." It's crazy thinking about it. But it's probably be a little controversial, but I think for a lot of the same reason. Well, by the way, Norway did not open with the rest of EPCOT. Norway opened in 1988, I believe. And I think it was dedicated on my birthday, which was like July 5th, 1988.
Which is, it's July 5th, 1988 is when it opened. Very good.
Okay, yeah. See that?
Do you know why it was July 5th, 1988? Because it was supposed to be the 4th? Or it was the 4th? I could have this wrong, but you know why it was the 5th?
I do not know.
Because the king, I believe, was going to dedicate it, and he didn't have a chance on the 4th, so he did it on the 5th. So it was all ready to open, so they waited a day.
They waited a day for him.
Yeah.
They waited for my birthday. They waited for my birthday. Okay, it's like a new EPCOT.
Oh.
The more you know. New EPCOT pavilion on Joe's birthday, right?
We're gonna wait for Joe to give a speech. Joe. Sorry, Disney, not available.
Friends, Romans, countrymen. But I think one of the reasons it's number 10 is for like the same reason as France. It's not big. It does have of course, it has the Frozen Ever After attraction now,
which is great.
It's a nice attraction. Well, let's not go into the Maelstrom thing because, it wasn't on our list of most missed attractions, but it was close to being on it. So back over the falls. But and they have a bakery as well.
you. It's a great bakery.
It is a great bakery.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff. The school bread is famous.
Salmon sandwiches. Awesome.
Yeah, I don't eat fish, so no salmon sandwiches for me.
Try it, Joe.
Yeah, oh yeah. You're gonna make me something not fishy. Not fishy at all.
It's not fishy at all.
Doesn't taste like fish. The restaurant has now the princess at the princess buffet, correct? It's
Yep. That's where we went on our princess breakfast, the Oscar House.
Right.
Yep. It was excellent. Fantastic princess breakfast there. That it's a little bit smaller than the other one, so it was really like kind of a little bit more attention, but it was good.
It's interesting because the Oscar House was one of the places that back in the day, before it was a princess, it was one of the easy. If you went to World Showcase and you didn't have a restaurant reservation, it's like, well, where can I go? I can go to the Oscar. That was one of your choices always.
Yeah.
And then there's another. Yeah. Right. So so I think, like you're saying, it's a small pavilion. It's not. There's just not that much there.
Yeah. And it's a disappointment too, because they used to have that big Viking ship, which was a great place. Like it was fantastic. Like it obviously Vikings, Norway.
Right.
I believe that ship still exists, but now it's backstage. I think it's just someone they took it out.
Well, I think they
maybe
took
some
it away
or something.
Yeah.
They just
and then they put in the Anna and Elsa meet and greet there too.
That's right.
And I think that was in kind of the same area where the ship was. So the ship went away. Anna and Elsa took over. Which if you have children and they love Frozen, fantastic. Wait in line and see Anna and Elsa. I think we did it one time with Haley, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
We did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and we got to see what's his name? The snowman.
Olaf.
Jeez, I was Well, hold on. Let me get.
Yeah. Have a little bit more. Take another sip, Gary.
We got to see
Liquid memory.
Crazy eyes on the ride.
Oh yeah,
he was glitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He had a little glitch at the time. There was a bunch of terrified children coming off the ride. It was slightly terrifying. But yeah, so that's the thing. We're not like France. We're not saying it's a bad pavilion. They're all good.
We go every time. We walk in there. I will say one of the reasons this was may have been bumped up a little bit for me was every single one of the cast members are attractive in Norway. I swear to God.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Guys, the girls, they're all Norway is apparently the most attractive country in the world,
without a doubt. Everybody wants to move to Norway after going to the Norway Pavilion. But it's funny because and of course they do have for the longest time they had Carlsberg. And before that, they had Ringnes. Ringnes was an awesome beer. I loved Ringnes. Then they replaced it with Carlsberg. And I don't even think Carlsberg comes from Norway. And I'm like, what is this? Come on, this is not that good, But then now they do have the little beer stand where they do have real Norwegian beers, of which one of them I think is called Aas. So you get a glass of Aas, lager, whatever.
go to Norway. Yeah, I was gonna mention that. Like, I didn't think Carlsbad was from Norway. I guess it is. Obviously, they know more than we do on that. But the little beer kiosk is good now. Like
it is. It's much better. Yeah. But I do miss the Ringnes, which I loved Ringnes beer when they had it.
I must have had it at some point. But
this was back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, and then they changed it to Carlsbad.
Oh, I wasn't 21 then.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were too young. You're just a lad. Us old timers were drinking.
Right. So, as you can probably tell, if you're listening to this podcast, we have 11 and 10 so far, and they're the lowest parts of our list. And as you can tell, we're sort of straining to talk about things,
right?
Because there's just not that much,
There's really not.
In Norway, they have a definite good photo area. That gigantic troll that's in one of the gift shops, always a good photo thing. Darn yourself with the Viking helmet with the braids. Get a sword, get a shield, and get a picture with the troll.
Yeah, and if you want to buy like a suit to go like sailing, if you're going to be in like the America's Cup, they got that there. That Helly Hansen, all that, you can buy a full suit there.
Yep.
But
$1,200.
Probably $1,200.
It was $1,200.
And there is a cool statue of Greta Waite, the famous Norwegian marathoner. So she's there. And
you have a cat issue, Joe.
Yes.
Is that a cat? Yeah.
Yes. One cat just is throwing up right next to me.
That is excellent.
Yes, they love to be around me, and yes, here comes the cleanup crew.
The rescue, yeah.
All right. Well, moving on.
Moving on.
Apparently, Lily, one of my cats, does not like Norway either because no, not saying we don't like Norway. We like Norway.
Yeah.
She likes it less than us because she just threw up. Anyway,
anything
9. Else to say about anything else? We're moving to number 9. Okay, apparently
I don't
not.
know what to say about it, but I will say that I do like that beer kiosk, and I stop there every time. Norway, like Joe says, number 10 does not mean bad. Number 10 means less
good
than the other ones.
Less good, right.
Yeah,
it's
still great. Less great.
Less awesome than the rest.
Yep. This is between Mexican and Chinese pavilions, and I always stop for a beer at Norway. Yeah. Always. It's just one of the things. Yep.
Yeah. And especially like they have the 3. They always have 3 beers. Yeah. And I usually get I don't know what the porter is called anyway, but I usually get the porter, whatever it is. Can't remember it. But yeah. They're like Norwegian microbrews now, so they're good.
Yep. Awesome.
Yep.
Moving on to number 9.
Number 9.
Dating yourself. Beatles.
Yes, absolutely.
Beatles
Yes. I don't remember when that album came out, Gary.
You drove yourself to buy it, I'm sure.
Yeah. On my tricycle.
Yeah. So moving to number 9.
Yes.
We're probably getting emails for this. I think we're going to get emails for all of these. We'll see.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But I like what you're saying. These are just less good than the other ones. They're still good.
Number 9 that we've decided on is China.
China.
Yep. Located between the Norwegian and German pavilions. China is, and this is another one that I feel is just a missed opportunity. The architecture is off the hook awesome.
Unbelievable. Temple of Heaven reproduction is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I totally agree.
They have a Circle Vision 360 film, Reflections of China.
Of Reflections of China. I love the current version. I love the version that was before this one. And I think they're going to have a seamless version where there won't be any seams in the Circle Vision that's supposed to be coming up soon. So
that's really cool. Yeah. They have 2 Chinese restaurants. One of them is the quick service one, the Noodle Bar, which is fantastic, by the way. We always get noodles there. I don't go to Nine Dragons.
No, Nine Dragons is a big miss for me, and I've eaten there a few times, and I think Nine Dragons is just your basic run-of-the-mill American riff on Chinese food.
It is,
and I think that's a huge miss for a pavilion about a huge country like China that has such diverse cuisine and so many different cultures that you could bring in food from, and basically it's just a riff on American Chinese food. So
we have better Chinese food here in Massachusetts.
Right.
Like actually more Chinese than the Chinese pavilion.
And I agree with you. The quick service, I do enjoy the quick service, but what I don't enjoy about the quick service is like like right now, I would never eat there if I was in Epcot right now because there's no inside seating really. It's very limited.
That
and
overhang is packed.
And it's always packed, and it's hard to find a seat. It's one of my beefs with Disney too, is that, like if you go someplace crowded at Universal, like Fast Food Boulevard where the Simpsons is, they have a cast member there. If you're buying food, they'll make sure you find a seat somewhere. Disney will, people will just stop and look at their phones and sit on seats, and you're buying food and you're eating your lunch over a garbage can.
Trash can, yeah.
Yeah, they need to have a cast member there saying, look, this seating is for people that are buying food and eating.
Yep.
We have benches all over the park. You can sit and check your phone everywhere else, and it's especially bad when it rains. So, people run undercover, and then you're eating, you have no place to sit. So it's a big beef with me when it comes to Disney, as far as
I totally
that goes.
agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
so let's see what else to talk about. Oh, they have this. China has a super cool, but it's further in the back. Super cool shopping area.
Yes,
really cool.
Love it.
Spent a lot of time looking
shopping
at stuff.
area. I've actually bought quite a few things there. I bought those. I don't know. I should have brought them out to show.
You know what?
The balls with the little bells in them.
Yep.
Yeah, I have 2 sets of those. Much to the chagrin of my wife, who every time she picks them up goes, "Do you really need these?"
Yes, I'm relaxing.
They're relaxing. They relax me.
Those
She's
are
waving her
fortune
arms right now behind me.
Fortune telling sticks. I forget what else we bought, but the stuff is awesome in there. The shopping is great.
Yeah, it really is. Love it.
Yeah.
I love it back there. And
it's cool. That is one of the places that are really cool in that people don't get to. They don't go far enough back.
They don't go far enough back unless you watch the movie. I think you come out back there. If you see Wonders of China, you'll come out back there. But people don't venture far enough back in China to see all the things that are in the different. There's a couple shops back there, and they have a lot of cool merchandise. But where China suffers, in my book, is the food and the drink. I mean, not a big Tsing Sao fan for beer, and like I say, if I do round the world, I'll usually get that Tipsy Ducks in Love, but mostly to break things up, because I'm like, well, what am I going to get here? Because I really don't enjoy any of these drinks. So, and that's just my personal opinion. For other people, they may love it. That's just me.
Same as my opinion on those. All the drinks are too sweet for me, and I normally get a Tsing Tao because, I mean, it's not the best beer. It's totally comestible, as I would, it's totally drinkable. But everything, all those drinks are so sweet to me. Like, I occasionally get one, like like, as you know, I like a Tokyo Sunset, fantastic.
Right,
but sweet, I have one. And you don't want to, if you're drinking around the world, by the time you get to Japan, you're probably not reaching for a Tokyo Sunset, especially if you're a pro, because that's gonna not hit your stomach very well.
No.
But just like these drinks to me are just too sweet. Like every single one of them is sweet or sweet with extra sweet and then sweet.
The one I'm talking about, the Tipsy Ducks in Love. It's sweet. Yeah. I think it's got chocolate in it, so it's sweet for sure.
So I will say, good character meet and greets though in China, because they have Mulan, Mushu, and Captain Li Shang. Who I've actually seen, which is totally in character, super awesome. Got some great pictures. Yeah,
very good. And if you've never seen the Acrobat show,
I forgot.
Absolutely, people stop and watch the Acrobats, because they are absolutely fantastic, like amazing. Yeah, very, very cool show.
The Dragon Legend Acrobats. Yeah. Nice. So. Again, that's number 9. Not a ton to talk about. No. Now we're starting to hit our stride here, because we're headed to number 8, and this one I could talk about a lot, because it is. This was a tough number 8 for me, because I couldn't decide, when we were talking, if this should be bumped up, like where should this be? But because of this, a lot of the stuff got taken away in Japan. Right. We bumped it down, so anyways, number 8, Japan. I forgot to announce
Japan. Yeah,
I was doing the big lead up. Number 8 is Japan. Partially because there's things that are missing now that I think really made Japan awesome.
Right.
The candy lady there was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The drums.
The drummers. Awesome. The drummers gone. The sake bar, of course. First.
You beat me.
Yeah. Sake bar. Not in that order. Sake bar may be number 1.
The sake bar was one of my. A lot of people talk about like hidden jewels, hidden gems of the amusement parks. Yep. The hidden gems of this. No one knew about it. Well,
no, for a while, no one knew it. Later on, everybody knew about it. But for a while, nobody knew about it. You would go back there, you'd be by yourself.
Yeah. And you would talk to this person.
They tell you which sake was the best. What do you like? This one's the one for you. Yeah. It was great.
Great time. Yep. Have a couple sakes, sit back. Even where it was placed, it wasn't maybe the best atmosphere, but it was, wrote the bottles of sake on the wall and stuff. But you were still sort of in the middle of the department store, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. So you would taste it, and then you could buy one if you wanted to, because they would have the bottles right on the shelf.
All right, so the setting is a little weird that you're in the middle of a department store with that wall of sake. You can buy any of the bottles that you enjoyed,
Yeah.
And like you said, the person would bring you over, and it would be like personalized, like, oh, you like this one? It has a little more plum flavor, and it's blah blah blah. It was fantastic. I loved it. It's a total miss that was taken out.
Yeah, and I think it was probably a victim of its own popularity, because it was in that little corner, and it did start to get extremely crowded. All the time. It was at the beginning it was kind of a secret for the people that kind of knew it was there, and it's like any good secret, it doesn't stay a secret for long, especially at Disney. So especially with the advent of the internet.
Yeah.
When people used to have, I have a wall of old Disney guidebooks. When you had to buy a guidebook to learn about things, a lot of people didn't buy guidebooks. They just kind of went off the cuff. But, once the internet came along and message boards, well, there were no secrets anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the food. The food at Japan.
Yes.
Awesome. Yep. Never had a bad meal here, and we've gone a bunch of times.
Nope.
Ito.
Yep.
Teppanyaki Steakhouse, teppanyaki style restaurant with hibachis. Awesome.
Just really good. Really good. It is kind of your standard, like Benihana kind of thing. So, but it is
without a doubt
really, really good food.
Tokyo Dining, awesome sushi. Had awesome sushi. Yeah. But I will say, here's the this is one of those secrets that you learn on the internet, but Katsura Grill, located up on the hill.
Oh yeah.
Has the udon noodles. Noodles with fantastic. Yep, it's a secret.
Yeah. Because it's not secret anymore though, Gary, unfortunately. It's always crowded. It's a very small spot, and it used to be a secret, and unfortunately now everybody knows about it. So it's another place where it's hard to get a seat inside.
Without a doubt, one of the best places to eat before it was as packed out as it is now. Yeah. If you order your food, keep walking through instead of stopping at the restaurant. Keep walking through to that outside area with the little lanterns and all that stuff out, in the back there. Relaxing, super quiet, really great place to enjoy your udon noodles, because that's the only thing you should be getting there, because it's so good.
Well, I mean, they do have other good stuff. I mean, all the food there is good, but udon noodles are fantastic, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And
so let's talk about the drinks. Hey,
the drinks.
There's a kiosk there.
There is, and then they serve Tokyo Sunset.
Yeah, they do. They do. That was gonna be my final, but you jumped to it. But yep, there it is. The Tokyo Sunset. Fantastic drink. Great drink. If you're drinking around the world, I wouldn't suggest it. It is
It's
sweet.
a little bit of a sugar bomb, right?
Yeah. Go with one of those frozen Kirins. Hey.
Yep. Hey, look at this.
What's that?
Who's here?
Yeah, go with
look on my keyboard,
Kirin.
my friend.
Yeah. Frozen Kirin is only for its fun quotient because really, it's kind of not something you can expect.
No.
Much, but it's definitely fun.
I have a Kirin is one of those beers that's on my okay list.
Yeah.
It's like it's okay.
Okay.
Okay. Just okay. But I'll tell you, well, Japan has, of course, no attraction. There were proposed attractions for Japan, many proposed attractions.
This is a big, huge miss, and this is another reason why I think we have it at 8.
Yeah,
because it was a huge miss in my book.
Yep. There was Meet the World, which I think was kind of like almost like the Carousel of Progress, was it not? Or it was a very unique show. I've seen Meet the World on online, and it was a show, one of those shows that could only, it's at Tokyo. I believe it was at Tokyo Disneyland for a while, but it was in America. I think it could only be at EPCOT because it was kind of
I honestly I don't remember it, so whether or not I've been on it.
well, it's only been at Tokyo Disneyland. So it was never at EPCOT. Yeah, no, it's never been there. It was proposed for the pavilion at the beginning. Yeah, I think it was proposed for the pavilion at the beginning and just never built. And of course, they've always talked about building the Mount Fuji roller coaster. There's been lots of
big
miss. No Mount Fuji roller coaster. It would have been a natural.
It would have been awesome.
There was talks of a Godzilla attraction, another big miss. That would have been awesome. I mean, they could have put Mount Fuji with Godzilla together, even better. But those are all big misses on my, in my book. They do have a great museum back there, though, and everybody should probably at least take a walk back once and see. I know they've had exhibits about Japanese baseball. I think we just spoke earlier. They had a samurai exhibit.
The samurai exhibit was really cool. I meant to
cool.
Continue on that because it was all, like historical suits of armor.
Weapons, swords and everything.
It was really cool to see. Yeah.
Very, very cool. And they also, I think the last time I was in the museum, the exhibit was about anime. So I think that was what it was. So
there was one that I saw was about robots.
That's cool.
Really, really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you know what? Just walking back there is really cool because it's built like an old fortress with a gate. It's really cool. It's really well done.
Very, very nice back there. And this is like the first pavilion we talked about that actually goes far back.
Yeah.
And there is stuff back there. And I think one of the reasons people don't go to maybe the museum anymore is because when you would go to the sake bar, when you would come out that back door of the department store, there would be the museum right across the way, right? And you say, let me go check out this museum after a couple sakis. Yeah, this is gonna be cool.
This is great.
But
what's funny? I was just thinking about how many of those little sake glasses, because it was take home the little plastic cups. How many of the little sake cups you get? I probably have 10 or 15 of them somewhere. Yeah. Walk out of that place with like a backpack full,
But architecture wise, Japan Pavilion is like you're saying, really cool. The koi pond with the waterfalls that comes from the hill down the hill, really beautiful. They have a little kiosk at the bottom of that hill on the World Showcase path that sells kakigori, which is like the Japanese snow cone. I know a lot of people really love those. I never really was into that, but but they usually do have a pretty big line there.
They do.
And I think I could actually get alcohol on your kakigori now too. Can you? I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know.
If they don't, they should.
Yes, they should be. Throw some sake on the kakigori, it'd be even better. Yeah.
Anyway, alcohol makes everything better.
That's right. We didn't miss anything at that sake kiosk, right? Because it's Kirin, Sapporo, a couple. I don't think there's any other real beers. Then there's the sakes
and Ichiban
Kirin Ichiban. Yeah. And the sign that has never gone away, it seems. It's like today featuring the Tokyo sunset.
Yeah, it's a Tokyo sunset. The only thing that changed is the price.
Yeah, exactly. Cross it out.
Yep.
Going up. Yep.
And the steps the steps in Japan are as if you're looking for an illumination spot, that's a good spot.
Yeah, it's a good spot. Oh, you give it away secrets.
Yeah, I'm giving away a secret there.
Yeah, it's a good place. Yeah,
it is a good spot to watch.
All right, moving on to number 7.
Number 7,
we have the Morocco Pavilion.
All right.
Located between Japan and France. So, Morocco Pavilion is one of the coolest pavilions, I think. Really, really well done. You really get the feel of Morocco. In my opinion, I think it's just a great. Yep. It's designed to look like a Moroccan city with a realistic minaret. The minaret you can see from all over the place, which is really cool.
Yep.
This is one of those ones that if you're not walking all the way back, I feel like you're missing a ton of stuff because
you're missing everything. It
the
goes.
Markets there. Go ahead.
And I was going to say, everything's. The market is back there, and and it's a big market. There's a lot of different products you could buy, rugs, all sorts of different things that you would never think you could buy in a theme park, and really awesome.
I would love to know how much of that stuff they sell because you can buy gigantic rugs, those huge rugs that are hanging up.
Oh yeah.
Buy gigantic rugs.
Yep.
And back there they have Restaurant Marrakesh, which to me, the food there is great.
Yes.
But I've had consistently good meals, and then I had one that was just
abysmal.
Just a miss. A miss. Everything was overdone. Everything was, just not all that palatable. It was still okay, but just nothing to the way it was previous times. And they have a belly dancer who dances. Comes out every 50
Another thing about Restaurant Marrakesh, we talked about restaurants that if you want last minute dining in World Showcase, this is probably going to be one you'll be able to get. And like Gary says, I've never had a bad meal there. Gary says he's never had one except for one. So the food is good there. Everybody has a bad day. So the food is good at Restaurant Marrakesh, and the belly dancing, of course, is a bonus.
The Tangerine Cafe.
Tangerine Cafe is a good quick good quick service.
Fantastic quick,
really very good quick service. And I remember when it opened, I was surprised how good it was. It's in such a small little corner there. What's the one across the pathway that they opened it really had a hard time filling it. I remember for a time they were giving pass holders like 30% off dining there because they were having such a hard time filling reservations.
I keep trying to. I keep wanting to see it's Spice Road or something.
Spice Road. I think it is called Spice. I think Spice. That might be right. Spice Road. Yeah.
Let me see if I have it in my notes here, but I think it says the Spice Road. That place is awesome. The hummus at that place. Fantastic. My daughter was getting one of those henna tattoos, and it takes a little while, so I was like, I gotta just grab something really quick for food. It was. I was like, can I just have a hummus? Just give me a hummus. I thought it was fantastic. Right. Yeah. What else was I gonna say? One of the cool things is that there's one of those rooms, like a depiction of a house. Was it a prayer room? A prayer room on the house.
No, I don't know. Oh, we're talking about something different. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm talking about the mosaics.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Yep. Hassan actually sent over his mosaic people to actually create this. Is that the prayer room? I thought that was.
I don't know if it's a prayer room, but there is like a prayer room, almost like a little like spot where you can pray to Mecca in the Moroccan pavilion. So it's kind of cool, you know.
That is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do have the more you know. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror can be seen at an angle from the Moroccan pavilion, and the top of the tower is designed so it blends with the Moroccan architecture. So
that's kind of cool. I did not know that. The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know. I have a cool picture of it. Like, you can see it if you know what you're looking for, but it really looks like, you know, it belongs in Morocco. So it's funny how close it is, you know.
Drinks.
So
Casablanca beer. I don't know. Not my cup of tea.
The tea there is awesome, by the way.
No,
it's funny.
Tea is fine, but yeah, Casablanca beer, not my no.
The mint tea though is awesome. Yeah. So not so good with the drinks. So good with the drinks, but I do typically stop to get a Casablanca beer or something like that. Because, you know, it's on the list. But
so you drink it while you're watching Mo Rockin', right?
That's the entertainment. Which Mo Rockin' is just, it's great. I like Mo Rockin'.
Yeah. I like them. I mean, my wife doesn't. Never did. Never. Yeah. Nope. Never did. I don't know.
Okay.
Can't stand Mo Rockin'. I like Mo Rockin' a
lot. They also had a musical dance act that wasn't trying to think of where this was, but the reason I know of this one as well is because one time my daughter was manning the camera and she must have taken 700 pictures of these people because it was all about dance and stuff, and she was all about it. So I can't think of their name. Anyways, so according to me, Joe, my family, fantastic. Joe's wife doesn't feel like the entertainment's very good.
Yeah, you know, everybody's different.
Yeah,
but I think it's and of course, I think the consensus goes with us because they've been there for a very long time.
Yes, they have, and they always draw a big.
And they always draw a big crowd. Always.
Unfortunately, it makes for a pretty congested area.
Because it's not really a big spot on the walkway. Because there's a little shop across the way that has like different things. I think that's where they have the henna tattoos, right? In that little shop. Yeah,
there's a little shop with all kinds of like little doodads to have with the henna
veils and stuff like that. And, and jewelry and
Fezzes.
Fez, absolutely.
Pictures of me in a Fez, you know. Characters here are Aladdin and Jasmine typically. We've seen Aladdin and Jasmine here. They stay in that little shaded area, actually towards the water. Yep.
Towards the water, and there's typically a pretty good line for them when they're there.
Yeah, they're pretty popular. Yep. So that's our number 7.
Number 7.
Here's a big one. That I don't have quite as much to talk about, because it's changed a bit, and Joe's gonna have to pick up the slack on this one, but it's number 6, the American Adventure.
The American Adventure, the American Pavilion. So number 6. So
one of the reasons this is bumped down to number 6 for me, and I've talked about this in previous podcasts. Listen to them, and listen to the previous podcast, and you'll know why.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Pipe and drums are gone. They got rid of the
pipe and drums are gone. But the entertainment in the American Pavilion is top notch. The Voices of Liberty still there, so really good. We talked about them at length. The American Adventure was on our list of underrated attractions.
Yeah. So
we won't go into the attraction too much, except to say that we both love it. It's a great attraction. If you've never seen it, it is a time-consuming. it will take up almost an hour of your day. If you watch the Voices of Liberty and then go see the attraction, it's going to
which we highly
probably
recommend.
be like, but still, if you've never done it, absolutely do it.
Yeah.
Across the way is the big theater in Epcot, the America Gardens Theater, where they will have the Eat to the Beat, the groups during the Food and Wine Festival, the Flower Power concert series during the Flower and Garden Festival, and any of the other seasonal concerts that they have around Epcot. That'll be right across the way. And then the newest thing there is...
Oh, wait.
What?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. No, that's
anyway.
Good. I don't have any.
If you want to talk about the architecture, it's a colonial looking building. I think it's based on maybe Independence Hall in Philadelphia. And of course, like any Disney attraction building, they're going to use forced perspective to make it look bigger than it actually is. And I think it's in here. It's 2.5 stories, and it's made to look like it's 5 stories tall. So, it's a really great looking building. It does now. America, we're talking about pavilions that don't go far back. America doesn't go far back, but it has a lot where it is. There's a little beer kiosk in the corner called Block and Hans. Yeah, love that. I mean, they always have some beer there that I love, like Bourbon Barrel Ale, or I love Hawaiian Lion Coconut Coffee Porter, which is, I don't think there anymore, but I would have never even found out about it unless I had it there first, I will say.
During the Food and Wine Fest, they have the special Food and Wine Fest beers typically there. Yep. Just awesome. Yep. Really. Lot of good drinks to be had at the American Pavilion.
America, if you like craft beer, America's got it. Tons of it.
Yep, tons of it. And funnel cakes.
Funnel cakes. I mean, beer and funnel cakes. Does it get more American than that? Tossing a hot dog. You can't have a hot dog anymore. No more. I don't think so. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's on the menu. But we'll put it to you this way: if it's on the menu, I'm not getting it. Because
not with all the other options.
No, not at all.
The thing I wanted to say was originally the one of the DVC lounges were there, and I don't think it's there anymore. But right. I was able to go up into that second floor area, which was open for like conventions. It's kind of a big area. Yeah, it was kind of surprising. It was pretty cool. Apparently they at one point, I could be 100% wrong on this, but apparently there was weddings up there before. It was one of the one of the places you can have weddings.
I will tell you that the way Disney works with weddings is because we had our wedding there, the budget package. If you have endless money, well, the whole property is open to you. So yeah, I'm not surprised they would have weddings there.
We should do a podcast about that alone.
Oh yeah.
I think Jim Hill and Len Testa just did one, actually.
Oh, did they?
But yeah, I think we just did. All right, so let's talk more about the drink and food, and this is one of the reasons. Drink, food, and entertainment is one of the reasons that this one's kind of really bumped up on this list to number 6, because the attraction, the American Adventure Show, is just fantastic. To me, it's a you can't miss it kind of show. So let's talk beer and food.
All right, beer and food. Well, there is a little beer on the other side of the pavilion. If you're looking at the pavilion on the left-hand side, there's another spot for beer and drinks. They lately have had like hard root beer there, and typically they have some Sam Adams there.
Sam Adams, yep. But they have like different Sam Adams, like Sam Adams Boston Ale or something like that, which people absolutely love. And if you don't get a chance to get to, I mean, Sam Adams is pretty nationwide at this point.
Yeah.
I think
pretty love those. Love those new commercials with your cousin from Boston. I don't know if you saw those yet.
I don't think I saw that.
Oh no, you got to look for it. They're fantastic.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah, but we've been drinking Sam Adams. We've been drinking Sam Adams forever.
If you've been drinking Sam Adams forever, I used to go to Narcoossee's bar, and then the bar in the lobby of the Yacht and Beach Club, and I think they were like the only places in Florida you could get Sam Adams. Yeah. And I would go there just to drink Sam Adams, and so this was in the this was the late 80s, maybe early 90s. Yeah,
I wasn't 21 yet.
I know, you're just a young lad, Gary.
So what else? You can actually get food at the little kiosk, the beer kiosk too, right?
Yeah, they do have popcorn, pretzels, snacks. Yeah. Mostly snacks, I think.
Because I almost always get popcorn.
Yeah. And of course, the latest is the Regal Eagle Smokehouse,
which I'm jealous about.
Based on Sam Eagle from the Muppets, and my wife and I got a chance to eat there just before the parks closed. It was the weekend in March. We were there on a Sunday, and they were closing on a Monday the next day, and so we ate at the Regal Eagle Smokehouse, and I got to tell you, the food was fantastic, and they have a craft beer bar right out in front of the restaurant now. And it's just awesome. A lot of good choices. How many taps
did they have? Don't they have like 8 taps?
They had
a lot of taps.
There was a good amount of taps for Disney. Yeah. Between that spot and then the Block and Hans, I mean, you got a lot of craft beer taps in America. Yeah. There's a lot of options, in America. So, if you like craft beer, head straight to America, which makes sense because this is where most craft beer is brewed.
Yeah.
So it's been we've come a long ways from when you would go to America and they would have Bud and Coors Light. Bud Light,
and Coors. That's 3 beers.
Yeah.
Coors was the special. It's the champagne beers. Or something like that.
Miller's the champagne.
Yeah, Miller's the champagne. What is Coors? Coors also has something like that.
Or I don't know, Taste the Rockies. I can't.
I'll have to.
No, it has something. There, it does. You're right. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's been a while.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So this is why we got American Adventure up at number 6. The drink, awesome, and if you're drinking around the world, this is where I run into trouble.
Yes.
Because I don't just have one.
Right.
Because there's always a couple that I want to have out there. And not only that, I'm drinking from other people's glasses and stuff.
Well,
so
not
I probably walk away with 3.
This is where you could make a very poor choice because these are all craft beers. So, you're like, I'm going to have that bourbon barrel ale. And what you don't realize is it's like 8.9% alcohol, right? Like, no, you're going around the world. You're looking for something pale and weak. Exactly. I know that's what you wouldn't normally get, but when you're going around the world, that's what you have to get. But that's another podcast too. We'll have a podcast about around.
We don't want to get too much into it because we can talk about it for a while. But definitely.
Yeah, but the barbecue was fantastic. I think I had the beef brisket sandwich, and I can't remember what Amy had, but it was we both enjoyed our meal a lot, and thought it was just really a great addition to the pavilion. So if you're in Epcot and you're looking for some good barbecue, head over to the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. Great beer. America's the place for beer and barbecue.
Hey.
We love that. It sounds about right, right?
All right, moving on to number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Top 5.